Now Venn is a game where players explore the vocabulary and formula of 5 basic Venn diagram relationships in a fun and engaging way as they work through the process of plugging variables into formula in order to win strategic territory on the game board. This board features 4 intersecting territory circles of different colors, which are each claimed by one of the players at the outset of the game. The game tokens are set in the center or neutral portion of the board. These tokens are colored white, gray, or black and represent 1, 2, or 3 points respectively. The deck of Now Venn cards are then shuffled and a hand of 6 cards is dealt to each player. These cards depict either a Venn diagram relationship or an A-B color assignment. Once the cards have been dealt, the remaining cards are placed in a draw deck on the side of the board, and the 4-sided die is rolled to determine which player will begin the game. The goal of the game is for players to work to move tokens into their territory in order to claim associated points. Play moves from player to player around the table clockwise until all tokens have left the center neutral portion of the board. Then points are tallied, and the player with the most points is pronounced as the winner. A player's turn begins with drawing 2 cards from the deck into their hand. The player then rolls a 4-sided die to determine how many token points they may move. The direction coin is then flipped to determine the direction these tokens may be moved, to or from. The head side of the coin represents to. The tail side of the coin represents from. The player then must examine their hand of cards, and if they have an appropriate relationship, they may lay it down along with a color assignment card to determine how the pieces will move. It's important to note that the relationship card depicts a shaded area and a non-shaded area. The shaded area identifies the area from which or to which the player may move tokens. The player then selects an A-B color assignment card from their hand to determine which circles will represent the shaded and unshaded circles on the relationship card. We find that this game is most easily played when the stages are set down side by side. So the die is rolled, the coin flipped and placed next to the die, the formula card then placed on the table next to the coin, and finally the A-B card placed at the end. In this way, players can see the order of action more clearly. So here we have 4 points being moved to the shaded area between the blue and yellow territories. While in this second example, 3 points may be moved from the shaded area to the central area between red and yellow territories. As well as other territories outside the shaded area. So green and blue territories outside the red and yellow colors can be moved to as well. Once players have figured out the move they wish to take, they then move tokens representing the points rolled on the die. So for instance, in the first example, a player can select 4 white pieces, 2 gray pieces, or 1 black and 1 white piece. In the second example, players could select 3 white pieces, 1 gray piece and 1 white pieces, or 1 black piece. When all players have reviewed the move and agree it is correct, the cards played are returned to the bottom of the draw deck and the turn is complete. If a player does not have cards to provide them with a move, their turn is passed over. The end of the game comes when all pieces have been removed from the center of the board. Points earned are then assessed by everyone adding up the number of points within their territory. Points in shared territory are awarded to all players sharing that territory. Once everything has been totaled up, the player with the most points wins the game.